Good morning. It is May 24th, and we're in John 13 today. And again, Jesus is in the upper room with his disciples, has a few words to say to them before his crucifixion. And so he says these things in chapter 14, verse 1. It says, "Do not let your hearts be troubled. You believe in God, believe also in me. My father's in my father's house has many rooms. If that were not so, would I have told you that I am going to prepare a place for you? And if I go and prepare a place for you, I will come back and take you to be with me, that you also may be where I am. You know the way to the place where I am going." Thomas said to him, "Lord, we don't know where you are going, so how can we know the way?" Jesus answered, "I am the way and the truth and the life. No one comes to the Father except through me. If you really knew me, you will know my Father as well. From now on, you do know him and have seen him." Philip's going to ask another follow-up question on that, but this is a passage you often hear at funerals, and I think rightfully so. It is reassuring to us to know that Jesus left so that he could prepare a place for us to go to. It's kind of striking also that Jesus says this less than 24 hours before his own funeral, and he tells them not to let their hearts be troubled, even though this has to be a troubling time for his heart as well. He's talking to them, giving them hope beyond the next 24 hours that he's going to return and have overcome death so that he can have us in the place where he is too. And of course, we get the very crucial John 14:6 in here. "I am the way and the truth and the life. No one comes to the Father except through me." Christianity is often accused by outsiders, sometimes even by insiders, of being exclusivistic or non-tolerant or um, just insisting on its own way. But if the truth is that there is only one way, and this is what Jesus said, and this is the truth, then it would be intolerant. Actually, it would be a huge error to say anything else. If there's only one way, I picture it in my mind about a one-way street where if you see a car going down the wrong way down a one-way street, it'd be tremendously intolerant, well, not intolerant, but insensitive to look at that car and just let it go and maybe watch to see what's going to happen, kind of gleefully seeing the inevitable tragedy that's going to come from that. And so it is if we know the one way, the true way, and we don't tell other people about that, then it's not loving at all to let them go in the inappropriate, death producing way. So Jesus says this, and so we follow after what he says because he has the authority to tell us this, and how gracious it is that he would tell us that we can't just go any way that we want to. There is only one way to the Father, and that is through him. And so it's not intolerant, it's loving to say, this is the way, as it's said in The Mandalorian, but and it's kind of said with a bit of a, I don't know, resignation there by the Mandalorian. But here it is said with joy that there is a way to come to the Father, that he hasn't completely given us no option, but he has provided a way to him through Jesus.